All right. Hi, I am Lyn Giguere, editor of Submit Press Release 123, and I have with me Andreas.
I came from a Fortune 500 company. I just recently joined with Submit about a month ago, and I am now our interactive producer. And I have with me Qamar Zaman with Oxygen Marketing.
Hi everyone, this is Qamar Zaman from Oxygen Marketing. We are a Dallas-based search engine marketing, social media, and PR company. And glad to see everyone here.
Glad to see you too, Qamar.
Thank you.
Now I have a question for you, Qamar. I understand you do search engine optimization, and we do press releases. Now, how do you use press releases as an SEO tool?
Press releases are really good for brand building and visibility. About a few years ago, before all the penguins and pandas came in, people used press releases for search marketing to build backlinks. And since that, the landscape has changed. People have taken advantage of the press releases by spamming the search engine. So Google started to give less weight to links that came from press release. That doesn't mean that press releases are dead. They're just more for visibility. So if you're a small business or a large business, and if you want to create enormous amount of visibility for your product, brand, and your services, press releases are a great way. And we as an SEO company, one of the challenges that we have with our clients that not only are we building links, we do need to bring traffic, because one of the factors that Google looks at into a Google SEO ranking is traffic. So if you don't get traffic and you are still on the first page of Google, no matter how good links you build, you're not going to rank for a long time. So press releases do bring a lot of traffic to the website. People see that in the Google Analytics. So overall, they do work, and they're not dead, and they do offer some really big benefits a lot.
Okay, thank you. Now, in your answer, you mentioned Panda and Penguin. What exactly is Panda and Penguin according to Google?
So there has been many Google updates for the last 10 years. They have been, from what I can remember, I've been doing SEO for over a decade. And my hair got gray because of that. So when Google came out, before when Google was established, it was really easy to rank a website, and people started to spam it. So Google, in their effort to clean their database, because what Google is a glorified database where they have all the pages, and the pages get served to people that search. So one of the Google's responsibility is to provide better query, better results for the users, so they keep on cleaning their database as you would clean your files in the office, or you would do anything else. So the first update that I remember was a Florida update, where a lot of people had bad links and they killed them, and people lost their rankings. And since then, there have been many updates since then. And then in 2012, the first update that came was Panda. Now, Panda was an update that deals with content on the website. It was not a penalty, as you would call it, for link building. It was how you put content on your website. So if you put content that is of spam, that is duplicate, that is spun content, that's not human readable content, that is related to Panda. So on-page factors of your website are related to Panda. How you build your internal links, how you build URLs to your website, that is Panda related. And since that came in 2012 April, I think, there are multiple Pandas. It started from Panda 2.0 to now it's Panda 4. Just happened a month ago or so. So that's Panda. After Panda, they came out with another update called Penguin. And the reason it's called Panda, I just want to go back to Panda, was there's an engineer in Google. His name is Pandey. He's from India, so they called it Panda. So it wasn't like they were trying to create animals, Penguin came. Now, there's nobody in Google called Penguin, but they just, I think, came with that Penguin. What Penguin is a link penalty uh, update, and what it is that if you build poor quality links to your website, Google looks at them and then it deprecates your website, drops your rankings, and pretty much removes you from search engine index if you have done a spam.
Hmm.
So Penguin related to links, bad links, and of course Panda related to bad content and on-page factors.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now, let's go back to press releases. Now, does social media interact with press releases? Do they benefit from them, or are there any benefits from creating press releases linking to social media websites?
So if you go back to my earlier conversation, like I said, that it's not about Google. Google is never going to buy anything from a website. So we have to think beyond Google. Even though I'm an advocate for Google, you have to think about not putting all your eggs in one basket. So when you build your traffic strategies, as they say in English, the old adage is don't put all your eggs in one basket. You want to make sure that you drive traffic through search engines, you drive traffic through engagement. The new SEO is engagement. So most people, when they try to buy a car or they look for a doctor, lawyer, whatever the vertical may be, they try to look for referrals from their old friends. So let's say if I'm looking for a dentist, then I would ask, for example, Andres, which dentist do you go to? And you say, well, go to Dr. Lee in Campbell. And so I'm going to just give him a call. Now people start doing that because all their friends are on Facebook and we hardly talk to each other on phone. We are either texting, and people don't like to text. So they just like to ask, and then people share that information. So that's the way Facebook and Twitter came along. So now if you think about it, in terms of business, if you have a business page and you are a doctor and I'm a lawyer and we have association together or multiple doctors are associated, then they're having conversations, and those conversations, in that conversations, they have their clients. So that's where the social engagement comes in, and those engagements will end up becoming your customers and long-term customers. So even though social media is not really for SEO, I feel that social media plays a big role in SEO, that you want to bring traffic. And one of the ways that people can benefit from social media is that social media is very content hungry. So if you don't write content or you don't blog or tweet, obviously you don't have social media, right? You just can't post pictures. So when you write a blog page about how to select the right lawyer in Dallas, and you post it, if you're a law firm, you post it on your wall, then you share it with your 10,000 fans, then they're going to know about it. So how do you take a press release? So you go and take a press release, you publish it, and then you share it, similar to you do a blog. So that brings engagement, and then people learn about your press release, and press release have a link back to your own site. So then they visit your site and they learn more about you. Now Google likes that because Google says that these people are actually doing organic marketing. They are writing content. The content needs to be rich. It needs to be educated. It should be something what we call thin content. So just don't write content because you have to write content. Write content that is meaningful, it resonates, and it's congruent, so it increases. And Google likes that because that content creates links. The content can be shared on multiple places. So let's say I wrote a content on lawyer marketing, and you're a law firm, and you shared it with your other friends, and they shared it, and they talk about it on Pinterest or Instagram. They talk about it on LinkedIn. Now imagine that content is being generated multiple times, and everybody's talking about that content. So it's not duplicate anymore, because what Lyn might say would be different than what I would say. So that makes it unique, and that brings social signals, and those social signals benefit the press release in multiple ways.
Okay.
So outside of just posting your press release to all of your social sites and having people talk about it and share it there, are there any other products that companies should be using that deal with social media?
Yeah, one such product is Social Compass. I just came across that product not too long ago. So it's a small startup company. When I say small, it's probably like 50 people. And the guy that actually invented the product, I happen to know him because I worked with him on multiple projects. His name is Adam Root, and I believe he's now going to Harvard. So he's a very smart guy. He developed this product, and he created a software called the company is called HipLogic. The software is called Social Compass, and they have a small business version called Social Incentive. What the product does, it automates your tweets and it provides engagement. So it's not your like a typical product like other social marketing products like Hootsuite and Adder and all that. It's not one of those tools. This is a product which will help you find customers. So let's say if you are a restaurant and if you are using that product, and I love coffee. So, for example, if I tweet about a good cup of coffee, then they listen to that engagement through their proprietary API that they have developed, and then their people will then engage the user and say, by the way, there is a 10% discount on Starbucks going on right now. Go there. So then I'll rush there and I'll get a lot of coffee. So that software is very good. So I think you want to plug them. It's socialcompass.net and socialincentive.com, and they're a great company, very friendly, and they are offering actually a 30-day trial right now.
Great.
Oh, great.
And
great to hear.
when writing press releases and you're wanting people to engage with you and read the content, do you have any tips for small businesses on how they should be writing their headlines or the description tags for their press releases to create better engagement and maybe better social shares on social sites?
Yeah, so I come across this a lot because I work with multiple clients, and one of the challenges is that the small businesses, large businesses, don't know the right way of doing engaging headlines. So headlines are what capture the people. So I'm not necessarily talking about the SEO factors of the headline, but I'm talking about what is a good headline that's going to engage person. So let's say if you are a lawyer and you are going to be promoting your law firm and you're writing a press release, some would just write the legal language in that. And that doesn't get anywhere because let's say if you are a lawyer and you're dealing with car accident cases, then you may just write, what are the benefits of hiring a lawyer in Dallas, for example. And that's a good headline, but it could be, what's another good headline would be, what are the benefits of hiring a personal injury lawyer in Dallas? Because now personal injury lawyer in Dallas is a keyword that you would search for because you're not going to search for a lawyer. You have an injury or an accident and you are looking for a specific situation. So you're not just going to look for a lawyer, you're going to look for a personal injury lawyer, or you're going to look for a car injury lawyer. So using those words in your headlines will get a better traffic. And bear in mind that when this press release gets tweeted and used on Facebook, these headlines, they automatically become link shares. And when there's a keyword, it's a keyword, and I don't want to talk more on SEO because I may complicate things. When it's a link share, if it's a good long-tail keyword that is used in the headline, that really becomes beneficial and automatically builds organic links to the website.
Okay. Could you give an example of a long-tail keyword for some of our listeners that might not be familiar with that term?
So I'll bring a common example. So let's say if you're writing a headline on cheesecakes, since I happen to like cheesecakes, one of the headline could be, the benefits of chocolate cheesecake, so that could be benefits of chocolate cheesecakes would be a long tail keyword. So benefits and cheesecake, when you concatenate these words or combine them, this is what people search for. So one way to do a good headline is whatever your headline is, your story, search for that headline in Google first. So is there somebody who has written a headline like that? Because if they haven't and you do, your press release or your blog is going to rank for that. So search for that. Is it meaningful? Should have proper grammar, so it makes sense. So don't just write your headlines, perfect cheesecake, just write benefits of perfect cheesecake recipe and things like that. So long tail is a word that consists of 3 to 4 words, and that is preferred. It's long tail. People are searching for that. Nobody just types cheesecake. They look for chocolate cheesecake recipes and things like that.
Right. I think that's very helpful. Andreas, did you have any other questions for Qamar?
No, I believe he answered all of my questions. Yeah.
Qamar, did you have any other tips on press releases that you'd like to share with our audience?
Not at this moment, but I think it would be good to have another webinar like this one where we can go over the template of a press release and what your audience could do in terms of how to write compelling headlines, how to write call to actions, and where to put your links and how to build links. Because the problem in the industry is that, and I've seen this and I've shared this with Andre, that a lot of companies are building links still, and they're putting a lot of anchor text in their press releases. And I don't want to complicate what's an anchor text, so we can cover this next time. But let's leave it to the next time. And so, and I'm sure you're going to broadcast this webinar on your newsletter. So maybe that's one thing your small businesses could learn, how to not get into the Panda penalty, because you can, by mistake, write something wrong and get a penalty just because you didn't know what you were doing. So that's one thing I would say.
Yeah. Well, I invite everyone to join us for our next webinar, and if this one was helpful, be sure you like it on Facebook and share it amongst your friends on Twitter and LinkedIn. And for those businesses that would like to try a press release, please visit submitpressrelease123.com. You can register for a free account and start taking advantage of online press release distribution for your business as you continue learning with us through these webcasts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Qamar.
Thank you.